Hi everyone. Good morning and good evening. Thanks for joining today's weekly meetup. So this meeting is all about ChatGPT and how do we create a application, how conversational, application using cloud computing. So this is a very interesting topic. Recently, we got a lot of traction in this area, and many people were interested to know about this thing. So that is why we are scheduling this meet today and to discuss that. And before we jumping in, we just wanted to share you few updates from Tamil Bhumi, so that if you guys wanted to take any start any courses or something, if you're planning any career changes, you will be able to plan. So this month February we have a lot of courses coming in. Mainly Python, machine learning, data science is starting, and then data science also we are starting separately, and networking, cyber security, AWS DevOps, and AWS data engineering. So all these courses we are planning to start in Feb, or this course is starting in Feb, and this is starting in March, which we and Rajesh Kanna, who's today's speaker, will be taking this class and then end-to-end level. So this is just if you guys wanted to looking for something to learn new in this year, and if you wanted to learn online, you can always reach out to tamilvi.com, or this is our WhatsApp number, so you can reach out. So with that note, yeah, I would hand the session to Rajesh Khanna, so who already took us in a very interesting journey last year, in last session, few sessions back in data engineering. So yeah, Rajesh Khanna, please go ahead, Ji.
Sure. Thank you, G, for your quick
Thank you.
introduction. So let me share my screen. And first of all, thank you very much, guys, for joining this session. So hope my screen is visible now. Just confirm me back.
Yeah, yeah, visible, Ji.
All right. Thank you. So hope my voice is also audible. So thanks, guys, and good evening to all, and few people. Good morning to people who have joined from Central Time. So thanks for joining this session. And today's weekly meetup is all about understanding latest generation technology, like something we are very very fond of to understand, artificial intelligence, in which one of the application where we are going to study, that is chatbots. So chatbots are very very effective. So let me take you through, like a couple of good exercises, and also like practical demonstration, and also like where this chatbot is being effectively used in customer specific use cases. So before jumping into this, so there is a product called in AWS. I'm taking this AWS as one of the cloud service provider, as we seen in my last video. There is one service called Amazon Lex. So as like Amazon Lex, there are like couple of products where for exclusively artificial intelligence we have been using this. Let me go to the PPT and show you, like some interesting services where Amazon is providing. All right. So if you take this, right, so Amazon Lex is a kind of, it creates conversational chatbots. So basically, what is chatbot? Chatbot is nothing but, it's a kind of program that simulates the natural language. you know it makes use of AI and also natural language processing. So NLP we call them in short. NLP is nothing but it is one of the branch of AI, as like deep learning, machine learning, neural networks, like that. Similarly, NLP is very simple. It just understands the language as a natural language from the human interaction and gives back the automated response. That's what we call them, or we refer them as chatbot. Chatbot can also refer to as virtual assistants. Nowadays, chatbots are not simply chatbots. We can call them as AI powered chatbots, artificial intelligence powered chatbots, because AI playing a vital role on simulating the couple of keywords, as ChatGPT and DAL-E, right? So there are like a lot of applications are now in the market which just simulates whatever the expected output or the results that we expect, right? So that is where we, artificial intelligence is playing a vital role here. So if you see here, like a couple of services like Poly, text to speech conversion, it is used for transcribe speech to text, vice versa of text to speech. Textract, if you want to extract any particular text from a document, let's say like if you want to do any PDF extraction or text document extraction, you can use Textract. Recognition, it's a beautiful tool where you can you know recognize similar faces between multiple faces. If you want to check or simulate, you can still use recognition as one of the, like for example, if you have a smartphone, you have that face recognition, right? Even Amazon recognition is one tool where it is actually used in all the Amazon products. So recognition is widely used. And Health Lake, it is for predicting health, healthcare predictions. So Amazon Health Lake is used. So all these five are top end AWS services which is exclusively used for artificial intelligence. Okay, so before going into okay, let me go to the slide number 3. All right. So I would request you people to ask questions then and there if you have any such, so that let's make the session very interactive and interesting, guys. I know that this session is very very new, and a lot of good things that we can learn. But still, if you have any questions, just do feel free to know about that. All right. So this is basically a sample conversational flow where the chatbot is basically you. With this, right, I will go to the website. Okay, let me show you. There are like couple of good real time examples I can show you. So let's say, like, this is one beautiful example where many people definitely go and book the tickets, right? IRCTC. So at the right side, right, there is something called ask Tisha. So what I'm going to do, right, this is something like, they have their own chatbot powered, but this is not with Amazon Lex. I'm just telling, like, this is one example of chatbot. Let me say, like, okay, these are all some of the buttons they have designed. Okay, now let me say, just I click the PNR status, it gives you a prompt. So please enter your 10 digit PNR number. Let me have one valid PNR number. Let me go here and just prompt it. So it gets me all the PNR related information without the help of human intervention. All right. So at times there are some difficulties we face, like, when you even call a customer support executive to understand what is the exact requirement and get back the response, it takes time. Obviously 5-10 minutes, it's very precious. Or else you even go to website and just do a chat and gets back the response very lately. Or even you send an email, you get back the response email the next day or even 2 or 3 days later. That's very very pathetic to understand the response which is getting after a period of time. But to overcome all these things, right, chatbot is very very effective. So in order to assist the customers queries very very quicker, very very effective, this chatbot is being developed. All right. Yes. So as like this, even LIC is one good example I can show you. Like, there is a virtual assistant. Let me go through your, there are like couple of buttons. Just click on this button, it gives you all the plans. And if you further click on the plans, it will just show you like all these things, like, further these are all integrated with chatbot configurations. So like this, similarly, we are also going to create one simple but powerful chatbot using Amazon Lex. All right. Any doubts so far, guys?
No, so far, nothing so far. Rajesh. Thank you.
Great.
Anybody
Okay.
else? Okay, let's go on.
Sure. All right. So hopefully, right, so everyone should have a valid AWS management console and a kind of account that you are going to log in which we are able to see one new service called Amazon Lex. So if you can try to, you know, click on this, so it will, come to the page where we are going to create a bot. So there are a couple of steps that we are going to do. One, we want to create a bot first, and then we ought to create like couple of intents and all those things. So let me go to this PPT where we are going to see all these things, like, intent, utterances, slots, slot types, fulfillment. All these five things are very essential. I'm not going to take you through like theoretically what is what and so and so. Let me take you through the practical exercise itself where we are going to create a bot and understand like what is intent, what is utterances, and so on. All right. So let me go here. Yes. So if you go to this left side of the Explorer, let me tell you like very basic thing here. There are two different versions, guys, V1 and V2. So by default, it goes to V2 console. The difference is V2 console is powered by AI. So they have just integrated AI, artificial intelligence, like, it uses the latest generative AI. So we know that, there are like couple of types of AI there, like generative AI, conversational AI, and many more. Now, in this new Lex V2 version, generative AI is being integrated, which means if you type a keyword, it automatically gives back, all the respective or similar, responses, as like you type in chat GPT, right? Just you put like something like you to get the formula for adding the numbers in Excel, it gives me the all the results. Likewise, in V2 version, it gives me all the respective response. All right. So let me go back to the V2 latest console itself. Yes, it tells you like all these couple of things, like it included generative AI and such things. All right. Now I'm going to create one simple bot. Here, the page where you want to configure your bot settings, there are four different options. So I will tell you like three different things. First thing is it powered by Gen AI. That is nothing but generative AI. Okay. But if you want to select this option Gen AI, you want to ensure that there is one more service called Amazon Bedrock is enabled. So for Bedrock, in order to enable, you want to have necessary, you know, key security credentials and all those stuffs to be added. So let's not worry about this thing, though it is somewhere complex. You don't want to worry at all. All right. Second thing is very important and very easy. Just simply you can create a blank bot. That is what we are going to do. That is where we are going to learn intent, fulfillment, and all those steps. Third, Amazon Lex in turn gives you, in turn gives you a sample or predefined examples. Let me go here, like book a trip. So if you want to book a trip in any travel agency, right, you have some valid chatbot. So how it will be looking like, it will give you on its own. You don't want to do anything at all. If you click that and you click create bot, it gives you all the interface. You just want to simply build it, test it, that's it. And then make appointment, order flows. These three examples are they are given. These examples are given just to make sure that we are just making, familiar with our lex, service. Let's not do that now. What we are going to do, this create blank bot itself. All right. So now I have taken one important use case. Let me, let us take a, important interesting thing to have the bot, enabled. Let's say Tamil Bhumi Technologies. As we all know, we are, it's a community where we are connected together. Let's assume Tamil Bhumi Technologies is an institute. Okay. The use case for today's, understanding and creating chatbot is, a student is coming to Tamil Bhumi Technologies. Let's understand very clearly. He is requesting for to understand what are all the type of courses that he is actually looking into Tamil Bhumi Technologies. He want to understand whether he want to opt Java or cloud or Python, anything. Okay. In such a way, we are going to create one beautiful chatbot, very simple chatbot using this Amazon Lex. Okay. So that, like, we people can understand how chatbot can be created. All right. So now I'm going to give a simple powerful name called bot name with training and query. Okay. This is just a description to ensure that we are on track. Though this is optional, but it's very, very good and essential to understand, like, what is this bot is configured for. All right. Now I have given two things and then I want to create a role. So there are two things. One, even if you have a valid role, you can still use it. But at times when you do it first time, you can simply create a role with Amazon Lex permissions. It by default, it creates it with new role. All right. So you don't want to worry about it. Lex itself will create a role for you and then grants all the permission. Let's say, like, if this Lex needs to integrate with Lambda for any such validations, you don't want to worry. This Lex will take care of all such things. Okay, to run a bot, to build it, to test it, to deploy everything, it takes care. So please ensure that under IAM permission, select this create role with basic Lex permission, and then followed by, there is something called mandated information with, we call them as COPA. COPA is nothing but, this Lex is being, sends back all the, responses which is recorded in the chatbot to the Amazon API, so that, like, any confidential or very sensitive information pertaining to age under 13 for children, we want to be, comply with that. So just to ensure that we are obeying it, we are just selecting yes for this. So you don't want to worry about, like, even you give no or yes, you don't want to worry, because just ensuring that you are complying with this act, COPA act. Okay. And then the session timeout, by default it gives you 5 minutes. Even if you want to increase to 10 minutes or 15 minutes, even for 1 minute, you can still do. Which means whenever a user is prompting for a text or reply from the chatbot, let's say, like, if the response is not given after beyond 1 minute. Okay, let's say, like, we have configured 1 minute, and then what it will do, the session will get inactive, and then you want to again rebuild it and then test it accordingly. All right. So timeout is very essential, so that I would, stick to basic 5 minutes timeout itself. Let me create a bot now. So simply, if you can click next, it will simply create a bot for you. So first page is completed. Second, there are a couple of options for languages given. Let's try to stick to English US as the basic language itself. All right. Lex, very, very powerful in terms of understanding bots in two different ways. One is text, and the second way is voice. Even if you want to, some ways, let's say like, some people are blind, let's say like in that way, so they don't want to type it, right? They want to, speech, they want to speak using microphone to understand or to get the response from the chatbot, right? They can, opt the voice recognized chatbot also. So even if you can see here, there are like text to speech voices which is predefined in this Lex itself. All right. So if you just click here, you can, right. Yes, this is the voice where you will be prompted whenever a voice is getting interrupted. All right. All right. So let's not worry about voice interaction. We are going to simply type it out in chatbot and gets back the automated response. All right. So now I'm just going to complete my prerequisite configuration setup. All right. So fantastic, guys. So we have created a bot now. So we are into intent page. So far, any doubts, guys? Creating a bot with necessary configurations.
Yeah, if you have no doubts, you can ping in the chat also. If you are okay or if any doubts, you can ping in the chat. So everybody able to understand and follow it. Sahib, Praveen, Paul, Jit. Hello. I think everybody's.
Able to understand, able to understand.
Oh, okay, nice.
Excellent,
Thank you.
excellent. Thank you so much. Yeah, for the response. Yeah. All right. So coming back to this, right? So once we create a bot with all the necessary configuration, like voice, text, and all those things, and then we will be landing in this intent page. Basically, okay. Let me come to now understanding what is intent actually. Intent is nothing but it is a complete action where a chatbot needs to fulfill. Let's say a product is there. I want to come to know, understand like what is the product is all about. Let's say in now today's scenario, I want to understand what are all the courses available in Tamil Bhumi technology, and I want to know like at what time the course can be given, and in which city it is going to be listed, and who is the trainer, and all those information, right? We call them as intent. Intent is nothing but an end-to-end action that comprises of slots, slot types, and fulfillment. Okay. Intent represents an action that fulfills a user's request. Any user who types in the chatbot, he or she need to get the automated response. That here in terms of bot lex, we call them as intent. Very simple. Now, so here we call them as new intent, right? All right. So now, okay. So there is something called fallback intent. So fallback intent, I will tell you later because fallback intent is very default intent. Whenever you create a bot, it will create it automatically. Fallback intent, what it will do is whenever a response is not actually given by the chatbot, let's say you type it very wrongly. Okay. So whatever the things that you have configured in bot is not the expected one. Somewhere it should give you or give us a valid response, right? So that is place where this fallback intent comes. Let me not give you more things about fallback intent. While we are doing or creating chatbot, I will tell you like what this fallback intent is basically doing. All right, fine. Now I'm going to give a name for this intent, training assistant. All right. So I'm going to give a name for the intent training assistant. Let me copy and paste it. All right. So I have given the intent name and also given the description of what is it is all about. Right. So next thing is context. Context are nothing but there are two things, input and output. This is to understand whether the intent is actually provoked by the user or not. So let's not take more or understand more about context here, because for any additional information, let's say, okay, I'll come through context the next thing. Okay, let me go through the sample utterances first and then give you some understanding about context later. Okay. All right. Now, so when it comes to here, utterances, right? Utterances are nothing but after intent. I've told about intent, right? So now utterances are nothing but it is basically an initial request which is invoked by a user. Okay, initial request invoked by a user to extend the conversation to get the fulfillment, to get it fulfilled. All right. So consider that I'm Rajesh. I'm now a student or an engineer. I'm going to talk to a chatbot to understand what are the courses available in Tamil Bhumi technologies. Okay. For that, I want to just invoke the conversation, right? So what in what type of conversation utterance that I can tell? Let's say like I can tell like hi or hello or anything that you can do. Okay, let me go through the console here. Let me add couple of utterances. Okay, before going into that, let me tell you what is this generate utterances. Now remember that we are in version 2. Version 2, as I said, it powers AI inbuilt, right? So when you have this generate utterances, the moment you type one utterance, right? Let me take, I'll type one thing. Hi. Okay. Hey. Hello. Hi. I need some information. See, consider that whenever you used to have a conversation with chatbot, or you trigger or invoke it, you want to start with some kind of welcome message, right? Welcome in the sense like you want to say like hi. It's a kind of greeting, right? We usually talk over the phone or talk over the email or anything. You want to have a welcome note. So for that, here in Lex, we simply call them as utterances. Okay. Now I'll tell you what is this generate utterances. Generate utterances, what it will do, the moment I type hi, right, it will give you like couple of things like hey, hello, hi. Are you looking for any information like that? Okay, let me give you like that. Are you looking for any info like this? Any number of utterances. Okay, there is no limit for this. You can add any information you can do, or you can add as many number of utterances that you can add. Now simply, as I said, utterance is nothing but just to trigger a conversation. We want to have some text to a chatbot. That's what the utterance is all about. Okay, any doubts guys with this utterance and generate utterances? Now with this generate utterance we can't do here, because as I said before, we want to have the bedrock installed in the sense integrated with this Amazon console. I have not yet done. Just we are just doing a version 2 normal chatbot itself. That's why I have not enabled bedrock, because bedrock is something complex. We don't want to go into the topic very deeply. All right, so utterance very simple, right? Yes. Now let me go to the initial response. Okay, now I'll tell you something. Whenever you say you send some kind of request to chatbot, let's say like hi, what it should throw, it should greet you, right? Hi, like that, or welcome to something institute, or something like a welcome message, right? That's what we want to have a initial response. See, all these things that you want to design and you want to think in accordingly, like as per the customer expectation. Let's say like LIC product, as I told, right? Always when it comes to LIC powered chatbot, right, you won't ask questions anything out of LIC products, right? You won't go to LIC chatbot and gives, you send, you give a you ask for an information regarding PNR status of IRCTC. You will only ask information relevant to LIC product. Like that, you want to design the utterance, and then like slot types accordingly. All right, now let me add some response here. Okay, thanks for contacting Tamil Bhumi Technologies. All right, how may I assist you? This is what welcome message kind of. Anywhere you call over the phone, hi, how may I assist you? People are used to give a response, right? Like that, chatbot, whenever a user is just typing hi or hello or need any information like that, and the immediate response that it gets is thanks for contacting Tamil Bhumi Technologies. How may I assist you? So this message, it's up to you and it's up to us to design. Even if you don't want anything like that, hello, you simply put hello will be given. But in order to have be very user friendly and very customer friendly, we are giving in a kind of B2B or B2C. Likewise, we want to be always this text to be very very effective. All right. So message we have added like this. Fine. Now the moment you always keep doing everything, once you create intent name and then you configure utterances, configure the initial response, just save it. Okay, the moment you save it, it will not become any inactive due to inactive or something like that, right? You won't get disturbed of any, you won't lose any information. All right, coming back to next two important things guys: slots and slot types. Slots are nothing but it is basically information where, in order to fulfill an intent, say okay, let me not tell you like to fulfill the intent, to fulfill the customer's queries, let me tell you like this: to fulfill the customer's queries, I want to have some predefined values. Okay, now I will tell you an example. I'm approaching Tamil Bhumi Technologies, right? I want to know what type of cloud that they are offering as a training, whether AWS or Azure or GCP, whether they do have cloud or not, I want to know. So all these values, right? Whatever I said, AWS, Azure, GCP, Java, Python, Not only this training courses, whatever any value that a user can prompt it to a chatbot, right? That can be feeded as a slot. Okay, that can be feeded as a slot. In order to assist slot, you want to have defined slot types. So there are a couple of inbuilt slot types are available. There are custom slot types are available. Custom slot types are nothing but it's up to you to design it accordingly. Let's say like course type, we can put like Java, Python, Cloud, Scala, something like that. I will tell you slot types, built-in slot types. Amazon itself is providing a predefined data types, not data types, it's a slot type we call them up, sorry, that provides you default information. Okay, let me go through here. Before adding a slot, okay, I will go back and configure all the slot types. Okay, if you go and go back to intents page, you will be having a slot types. Okay, slot types, if you can simply click it, you will be prompted to page here. Now there are a couple of options are available. So if you try to choose this, you are able to select only one, alphanumeric. It checks whether the character that you are actually giving as a prompt, right, to a chatbot, whether it is alphanumeric or not. Whether it can be an alphabet or numeric, it just recognize it. Okay, so I am not going to do this. I'm going to define our own blank slot type. Okay, now, so as I said before, we are approaching for a training institute, right? So let me type course type. Okay, let me give a name called course type. I'm just adding it. Okay, it's up to us to have n number of slot types, guys. Okay, you can have anything that you can define. All right, now if you see two options, expand values and restrict to slot values, I'm just going to select restrict to slot values, which means the value whichever we are going to define here, that is only the chatbot is going to take care and then gives back the automated response. Okay, right, I'm going to start with my slot types over here. Okay, this is nothing but a meaningful something like we call them as keywords, right? Effectively speaking, here we call them as slot type values. Something like if I want to have a Java, okay, Java, even if you see here, right, camel case, right, even this Java can be prompted by user like this, right, or like this, right, or sometimes if the user is very very in a hurry, they may even type Java as well. Not completely, some users, it's up to the users who type it accordingly. So this box will gives you an option like what are all the options that a user can send it as a request to the chatbot. All right, so these are all some of the expected requests to a chatbot that can be defined. All right, now if I want to add some more, like I've given Java, right? Okay, I'm going to give a cloud. Okay, so I'm going to cloud, cloud. Okay, let me give you like cloud computing. Okay, some days even some people can even give like this. All right, it's up to us, it is alphanumeric. These are all some of the expected values a user can be prompted to a chatbot. All right, I'm adding one more value, Python. All right, all right, I've just added it, so I'm just simply adding it. All right, now in this course type, okay, course type, in Tamil Bhumi Technologies, let us assume that we have three different courses, one with Java, Cloud, Python. All right, I'm just going to save my slot type. This is one of the slot type. Similarly, I'm going to define two more slot types now. Okay, how I should be doing it? Simple. Go back here, create one more slot type. I will do it very fast. Cloud type. So now we understand that under cloud itself there are different divisions, right? Being it an AWS or Azure or GCP. So how I should be giving it here? AWS, AWS, like this we can give, or Amazon, or Amazon Web Service. People can even give like this, right? Amazon Web Service also, definitely, because we cannot predict that the user can only type Amazon or AWS or Amazon Web Service like that. Anything can be given. So there is no restriction, guys. You want to think accordingly what can be the expected prompt can be received to a chatbot. All right, fine. Let me quickly add couple of things. Azure, let's say Microsoft. We want to understand that it's a product of Microsoft. Okay, let's give you MS. All right, fine. So another thing, GCP, Google, GCP, like this. All right, so we have added three different slot types for the slot type called cloud type. I'm just going to simply save it. All right. Now I'm going back to slot type. I'm just going to create one more slot type, batch mode. Okay, batch mode. Simply add. There is no restriction, guys. You can add n number of slot types as per your wish. That is just to understand whether a chatbot can receive these kind of questions or not, like that. Okay. So now I think the training can happen over the weekdays or weekends, right? All right. So I'm just going to give like this week. All right. So another value is maybe weekdays. All right. I will just all right. All right. I will give like this weekdays, like this. Anything that you can give is okay. So you can think of that this slot type batch mode can have only two different values, like weekends or weekday. Even if you want to, like, month, you can still add month, or bi-monthly or quarterly, you can still do. That's up to us to design accordingly. All right, fine. So I have three different slot types now. People have any questions over here?
No, no problem.
Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you, guys. All right. So now we have bot created. We have intent created with a beautiful name called training assistant. We have slot types created. Now we want to go back to slot. So how we should go? Simple. Go back to intents page, and then I go back to training assistant, the page where we have configured all such beautiful things. Right. So we have configured utterances. We have created three different slot types. Now it's time for us to integrate slot types to slot. Okay, now as I said before, slots are nothing but it is just an information that it gets enabled by the bot to understand what the intent should be. All right. Okay, let me not take you through it theoretically. Okay, I'll go here and I'm just going to add a slot here. Okay, now once a chatbot receives the information with utterances like hi or hello or anything, as I said before, right? Thanks for contacting this request. This response will be given an automated way to chatbot, right? Once this is done, you may ask some necessary information from the customer, right? Okay, what could be the first thing that your mind can go, so the chatbot can help you, right? So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to add the slot here. Okay, let me give you name. So first we want to understand what is the name of the customer, right? For that you don't want to select this three custom slot types. There is some inbuilt slot type which is available, something called first name or last name. I'm going to select slot first name. Okay, I'm going to prompt to the chatbot. Okay, may I know? All right. So I'm just going to select this option, which if you enable it, the chatbot will request you once the greeting or welcome message has prompted out. Okay, may I know your name please? Okay, I'm just adding it. So I've not used any custom slot types which we have created just now. I'm just created one slot now. Okay, now I'm going to add further more slots. Simple. We know that we have added course type, right? So let's add course type. All right, fine. I am going to choose this course type which we have created very recently. Simple. Okay, now chatbot will expect values from the course type values. Simple, guys. As we know, course type values are what? Java, cloud, Python. So any value which is out of these three comes, chatbot will understand that user is expecting either Java or cloud or Python. In such a way, how it actually interprets is, it makes use of NLP. Okay, natural language processing. And with the help of AI and NLP, chatbot is being developed by this Amazon Lex. Okay, now what the prompt should be. Okay, let it be very meaningful. Okay, you have to have these braces. Okay, let me give you, like, thank you, and this name will get populated from the previous slot. Okay, always ensure that any variable that you define here, that it needs to get from the previous slot. Okay, you something like, you give like name, name list, something which is not, which is getting from the previous slot, your intent will not get fulfilled at all. It will prompt you an error called name list is not given by the previous slot, something. All right. So I'm just giving here, thank you. So now name, let's say like I'm giving Rajesh. Okay, thank you Rajesh. Okay, I'm going to ask the user which course. Okay, this is like something meaningful guys that you can design as per your requirement. Are you looking for? Okay, looking for. Okay, looking for. We will give you additionally the options as well. Okay, Java or cloud or Python, so that user can understand that these three are the inbuilt values which we have defined in slot types. Okay, now you can come to ask like, if you have like, n number of courses, let's say like 10 or 15 or maybe 50, how you can even integrate here is something. It's not possible to have all these 50 values, right? What you can do, you can even design a lambda function to store all the variables, so that like you will have all the 50 responses one after the other. Now, to understand very simple chatbot, right, I'm just giving you an example with only three values. So remember that if you have multiple values, more number of large values, please go to lambda function, and then we want to do some programmatically. Okay, right. Now I have given a valid meaningful prompt for the course type. All right, now what it will do, it will prompt whenever a name has been given. Okay, so now we are going to test after once we give all these things. All right, I'm just going to add it. So now after feeding our name, and then the course type will do next very fastly. Cloud type. All right, now I'm going to select cloud type. Okay, the moment you select, let's say the previous answer, let's say Rajesh is selecting cloud. Okay, now you want to prompt with cloud related information, right? So what you should do, is, let's give great, thanks, let me give like this. Okay, great Rajesh, thanks for choosing. Looking for. Okay, we will give you a couple of good options whatever we have feed it in the custom slot types as well. GCP or Azure. All right, we are even giving couple of options to the user in the prompt itself. All right, yes, I'm just going to add it. Simple. So first added our name, added the course type slot, and then cloud type, and then we are going to ask for the user whether they are going to opt for weekday or weekend. Simple. What I'm going to choose here, I'm going to choose batch mode. So what I will give, I will give the similar name itself, just to be very easy to understand. Batch mode. Sure, noted. For cloud type, okay, we are going to get the response. Let's say if the user is selecting Azure, for Azure training, would you prefer? Okay, simple. These are all like very user friendly to define, guys. We are giving the options as well, weekdays or weekends. Simple. We are giving to prompt the user whether he want to select either weekday or weekend. Simple. So that's why we are giving couple of options like okay, let me also add one more thing. Sure, name, right? So what it will do, simple guys. Sure Rajesh, noted. For AWS training or Azure or GCP, on which day would you prefer it? Training. Okay, simple. These are all like something we can design accordingly, guys. No matter like whatever it can be. I'm just going to add it. Simple. So four things I have defined. Any questions over these, guys?
Is it similar to Rasa framework?
Sorry, sorry. What is it?
Uh, Is it similar to the chatbot other framework, the Rasa 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 framework, right?
Yes,
It
yes.
looks like
Rasa framework. It looks like similar, but the thing is, this is completely based on Amazon services. It never goes out of the Amazon services.
okay. Okay, so I mean, so we are defining everything manually here and try to get the keywords. So based on the keywords, we're going to search and provide the details. That's the thing, right?
Exactly. Exactly. That's what
Okay,
we are
got
going to
it.
build it, and then we are going to test our chatbot. Yes, exactly.
Got it. Yeah.
Thank you. Then after we add four different slot types, I'm going to add one more slot type. Let's say like batch time. All right. So there is no batch time custom slot type we have defined, right? So what we can do? So we want to get the response as a time. So what you can do? Simple. Go to built-in slot type. There are like couple of things here. Just please select time. All right. Now, sure. Okay. Again, I'm giving it name. Sure. Thanks for the. Okay. So what is it? Batch mode, right? Batch mode. Please ensure that you are giving exact name of the slot type. Even if it is case sensitive, it will never get the value given or requested by the previous prompt. Okay. Now, if in this case, right, it will never get the response at all. Please ensure that it is very, very case sensitive. Please ensure whatever the custom slot type that you are defined, you want to give here accordingly. All right. So now, sure, Rajesh, thanks for choosing week. Okay, weekday or weekends or mode of training. What time would you okay like to have the training for? All right. So now it is prompting to get the response whether after based on your successful request prompted to chatbot, right? It just want to get the response whether at what time it is going to have the training. So for that, what we have defined, we have selected inbuilt data, slot type, which is powered by Amazon itself, Amazon Lex itself. Okay. All right. Now I'm just added. So now we have all the valid things, right? Okay. Now, okay, these are all like something text, right? So what if I can add any kind of, something differently, like adding a button? Okay, how we can do? Simple. So let me go to add slot again. This is the final slot that I'm going to add it. Okay. So let me give like city. So assuming that Tamil Bhumi Technologies is spanning in different cities like Chennai, Bangalore, Gurgaon, like, across different cities. So what I'm going to do, so please don't select this city, because the moment you see there is an option called city, but still, even if you select city, right, it is taking it as a generative way. Okay, anyway, let me test it whether city is actually coming or not, because whenever I tested with city, it is expecting bedrock to be enabled. So let me try it. If not, what we can do, simply go here and just add this name itself, because city is also a kind of name, right? So it will just take it as a name. All right. So now, as of now, I'm just going to select city. Let me see like what it is actually taking. Okay. Thank you, Rajesh. All the details for the training for the okay cloud time. Okay, training at which, see, I'm just, even I can just prompt it like, at which city would you like to, at which course, or for which course you are just going to select, like that. We should not do like that. Why? Because in a business conversation, it should be very, very, customer friendly. So you want to always greet the customers, or anybody who is actually using the chatbot, right? So there's to, even you say like, yes, you, if your answers are very, very, very straightforward, like yes, no, it's not correct, no, it's correct, something like that, right? People will get bored. So for something to make it attractive, we are just having something called thank you, Rajesh, for selecting all the details and all those steps. Even when it comes to multi many MNCs are, they are just giving us more and more attractive piece of information to convert into business. So that is the place where we are being very effective, understanding how chatbot is effective. All right. Now, at which city would you like to have the training? Now, for this, right, I should be having couple of good buttons. So I'm not going to get the response as a text. In turn, I'm going to configure as a button. So as I shown you right here, if you see here, these are all buttons, right? So as like this, I'm going to simply create a button, guys. How I should do? Simple. It's very, very easy. Just click it. Okay. See, please ensure that this required for this intent should be enabled for everything that you create the slots. All right. In order to get the button enabled, click on this advanced options, go one down. There is something called slot prompts. Click in this bot elicits. Okay. See, all these things will be automatically feeded from where you have given the slot itself. All right. Now you want to select the more prompt options, come down, and then you can, you will be able to see this ad. Okay, you can select this ad card group. Okay, if you come down, the card group but section will get enabled, and you can simply add a card. There are different kind of card. You can say, you even, you can choose a radio button or checkbox or even a button. So in order to get the button listed, I'm just selecting this. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to select city. This is the text where it will gives like, okay, as like this, right? So before that, we have like something called products, LAC products, right? Like that, city will be listed. All right. No, you don't want to worry about subtitle and all those things. Okay, now I'm going to select or configure with couple of cities. All right, so now add it. Pune, let me give you like four different options. Bangalore, Hyderabad. All right, so please ensure that title should be there and value should be there. Okay, not necessary that both title and value should be the same. Even you can give like time, let's say, other than city, let me say like one example, like time. Okay, you can give the title as time, and you can give the value like, 8 p.m or 4 p.m or something like that, 20 for 8, 16 for 4, accordingly. So value should be the one which is actually displayed in the chatbot window. Okay, so please ensure that value is very very important. No matter it is whatever be the title, value is very important. Okay, so now we have configured this slot type with four different options. Now I'm just going to simply update the prompts, and then I'm just going to update my slot. So far, any doubts, guys?
In case if we're not giving any buttons, okay, so if I give anything out of the list, I mean, for
Hmm,
that, for example, the slot type, right? We have the AWS, Azure, GCP. Instead of
hmm,
I given anything like Oracle, so how will it be
hmm.
a respond? So
Yes,
the search
I
will
will tell you.
be okay. Yeah, yeah.
That is a place where this fallback intent will comes into picture. So I told, right,
Okay.
fallback intent is the one where user, some ways, right? So people will not clearly or cleverly know that these are all the, something which it is actually expected. Even some people like, expect manual testing, or as you said, Oracle, something like that, which is out of context, right? So for that also, chatbot need to respond accordingly and effectively. I will tell you at the time when,
Oh,
telling and
okay, okay.
explaining the fallback. Yeah,
I got it.
so thanks guys. Yes, so we have defined slots, slot types. Now time for us to give the confirmation. All right, so now what I'm going to do, okay, so now once the complete chatbot is completed, all right, I'm going to give a confirmation message that, okay, user is expected all these details, we have fulfilled all these details, thank you so much for contacting, like this. Okay, a kind of, acknowledgement message. Okay, that's what I'm going to give. Even if somebody declined also, you can even define it here. Okay, let's say like, even as you said, right, Oracle, I don't have any information related to Oracle. So what people will do, simply they say like no or sorry, something like that, right? Even for that prompt also, chatbot should respond. Okay, now what I'm going to do, thank you Rajesh for contacting Tamil Bhumi Technologies. Okay, you have, okay, we will feed all the necessary inbuilt details, guys. Selected course type with okay, we have selected cloud, right? Oh, sorry. Okay, give the slot type is with correct details, guys. Provider, okay, let's say like with AWS provider, on, okay, on, oh sorry, batch mode in um, at batch time, right? Okay, okay, in, we have given a simplicity, right? All right, so okay, I'll take you through here. It's been, thank you Rajesh for contacting Tamil Bhumi Technologies. You have selected cloud with AWS provider on weekdays at 8 p.m in Chennai. So this is what it is going to prompt us. Okay, so all these things, name, course type, cloud type, batch mode, batch time, city, all these things are, all these variable information will be given by the chatbot, intelligently from the previous responses. Simple. Okay, now I'm going to decline because the intent is not actually fulfilled. Let's take it in that way. What I should be expecting from the chatbot is thank you. Let us give a meaningful word, okay, to attract the business, guys. Thank you, Rajesh, for reaching us. We will, okay, we will serve you better next time with more options. Okay, we will give this as it will be very meaningful, right? In order to give this response, instead of saying like, thank you, or instead of saying like okay, we can give like thank you, Rajesh, for reaching us. We will serve you better next time with more options. Simple, guys. So this is what confirmation, whether it is positive or decline, you will be able to give all these things. All right, fantastic. Now the moment you give this confirmation is basically, it is not the actual last piece of thing. Okay, there is something called closing response. Okay, what I'm going to do, the moment you give these two information, please make it to active. Okay, then there is come something called fulfillment. This we are not going to enable here now at the moment, because this requires a lambda enable integration. So what actually this lambda, where actually this lambda comes into picture is, let's say, as I said before, you have multiple values. Let's say like 50 or 100 or anything, multiple, right? Or if there is a complex situation, or if there is any validation you need to do. Let's say if you want to do some kind of conditional branching. Let's say if city Chennai you are choosing, and then sub branches Tenampet, Tambram, Mogaper, like that. So all these things, like, when a user select a branch, sub branch needs to be listed. So how you can do, you cannot simply do over the slot and slot type, guys. How you should be doing is, you should write a lambda function either in any language, Python, Java, or .NET, right? So in order to complete the fulfillment, let's say you have like all these complex or whatever I have just told, right? You want to have this lambda function to have the fulfillment. Now we don't want to have this fulfillment now at the moment. Okay, so let's not make it to active. All right, final piece of our chatbot enablement, what we are going to do, we are going to simply end our conversation with some beautiful message. What I'm going to do, let me take this. Okay, thank you, Rajesh. Let me not give you like all these things, guys. Okay, because already there is a confirmation response I have given over here, right? Again and again, don't want to bore users with the same set of information that we are expecting. All right, thank you, Rajesh, for contacting Tamil Bhumi Technologies. Our trainer, okay, our, okay, cloud type. Okay, let me add some meaningful information. Our AWS trainer will let soon for further information. Okay, let me copy this. So the closing response would be thank you, Rajesh, for contacting Tamil Bhumi Technologies. Our cloud trainer, not cloud, actually, it is AWS trainer. So let me give the correct name, guys. Cloud type. Our AWS trainer will reach you soon for further information. All right. Yes. So we are making this active, guys. Please ensure that the right, right side, you want, there is an active button. You want to ensure that whenever you give some feed at any information, please ensure that active is enabled. So only for fulfillment that expects a lambda function, I have not make it to active. Okay. Other than that, I have given active. Let me take you through all these things. Yes, active. That's it. Okay. So we have started with creating a bot, add couple of utterances, a basic initial, greeting message, I would say, and then we need to acknowledge the user's request, like saying like hi, welcome, thank you, so and so, and then created slot and the respective slot type. We have used the slot type which we have created, like cloud type, batch mode, okay, yeah, and course type and all these things. Even you can add n number. You can, even as I said, right, branches. Even you can add one more slot type, like at Chennai, which branch you are looking for. You can have one slot type called Tenampet, as I said, right, Mogapair, and all those, available, or options that you can think of. Yes, I have used name, first name. I have used, see, as I said before, this option is actually prompting to have generative. so it is not expecting to build it. All right, so for this purpose, what I will do, simply I will change this city to first name, because the moment you choose this city with this option, right, generative utterances, right, our chatbot will not build it at all. Okay, so for that purpose, guys, I'm just going to simply add the first name. Okay, all right, so now let me ensure that all are required. Sorry, I will ensure everything required, 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 because okay, one more thing importantly I would like to say, this it isn't ordered. Okay, even if you want to still, you want to move this, let's say, course cloud type to, let's say, cloud type to here, you can still move it. You can, there is an option that you can do. All right, but we don't want to do, because as I said before, we are doing like one after the other, because course type will gives you option to select the course type, cloud type, I'm sorry. So we want to ensure that each and everything is ordered. So first you will get the name, you will get the course type, you will get the cloud type when you select cloud, and then you will get the time, sorry, mode, like weekday or weekend, and then batch time, city accordingly. All right, now, so this is very very ordered. So you can there is an option to reorder accordingly, but please ensure that one after the other it goes, to make the conversation very meaningful. I'm just going to save the intent. Now, coming to question which asked, right, I'm going to fallback intent. Okay, see, these fallback intent we have not created. By default, it creates on its own the moment you create a bot and intent. Okay, not intent, the moment you create a bot. Now, coming to this closing response, what I'm going to do, simply I'm just going to add one value, nothing but thanks for the interest shown. Okay, please select valid options next time. All right, so what I'm giving, thanks for the interest shown, please select valid options next time. So as asked correctly and effectively, right, when somebody is asking or prompting an option which is not at all having any values in the slot types, what you should be do, you should be given a response something like this. That's what we are going to define here. So how it will give is, it will not immediately queue, it will check for 4 times. Okay, the maximum number of retries is 4 by default. Even if you put 10, yes, you can type 10 types. Okay, even you can select 10 different times, and still the option will get enabled. Let's make it very lesser, let it be 2 or 4. I would suggest 4, it's good, because sometimes user may not be very efficient or effective or very clear or clever, so that you will be thinking out of the box. So we need to give some breathing time to say that, hey boss, this is the correct option that you want to feed, like that. All right, yes. So this message I will also help you how it will come. Okay, this is something like negative testing, guys. Okay, so fallback intent, I've just added this one message whenever a user is selecting different value which is not at all coming in the slot types. All right, going back to training assistant. Fantastic. So we have all these things enabled, no fulfillment, we have closing response, and we have like confirmation, right? Yes, at the end, even if you want to do some validation purpose, as I said before, you can just say enable this, that lambda function will do. All right, now, so we have selected, saved it, and then I'm going to simply build it. So what you are going to do, you want to first create a bot, create an intent, create couple of slots, slot types, and then the moment you complete every piece of information, you want to build. Build in the sense, Amazon Lex make it as an API. Okay, it is just an API, like kind of request and response, guys. So the moment it build it, you can able to simply test it in the console. All right, so it is selecting all the predefined information we have configured, like a language, whether it is a text or voice or anything like that. All right, now it may take 2 or 3 minutes, maybe lesser than that even sometimes, because it needs to understand what are all the things that we have given, right? So it will take time. So more are the number of slot types, the higher the number of time taken for building this bot. Any doubts, guys, here? So until it gets built, so we are now going to simply going to test our bot. So it has given successfully built. So sometimes some issue comes, even it will give you like what is the error description. Sometimes maybe here, right, as I made mistake, if unintentionally here, right, instead of here name, right, I can even give n smaller, or instead of course type, instead of giving us like c caps, I can give like smaller. So what it will do, there is no valid slot type with c smaller, right? It will throw you an error saying that there is no valid slot type, please go ahead and see what is happening. Simple. I'm going to test it now. So for this there are two options, as I said, voice or text. I'm going to now build it, I'm going to test it with text. Okay, now what could be the utterances? So we have configured all these things, right? Hi, hey, hello, hi. So what I'm going to do, simple, I'm going to start my conversation with hi. Simple, right? The moment you prompted hi, it has given you a piece of information like, thanks for contacting Tamil Bhumi Technologies, how may I assist you? Simple. So if you can come scroll down, you are able to see the user's request, we have able to get it. And then the moment, along with the greeting message, you will be able to get the first thing also. Okay, so the first thing is, may I know your name please? Remember that there is a 5-minute session timeout is there to test it, so please ensure that you are giving very fastly. Okay, just for the sake of curiosity, I'm just giving Rajesh. Okay, simple. So the moment you give the name Rajesh, it has taken this name here. Thank you, Rajesh, for contacting Tamil Bhumi Technologies. Which course are you looking for? Java or Cloud or Python? Rajesh will understand there are three different courses with Java or Cloud or Python in Tamil Bhumi Technologies. Now, I am going to give like this, guys. Okay, I'm not going to have this same. Okay, C caps. Okay, I'm just going to give Cloud. See, it has not thrown any error. Why? In slot types, there may be some, we have configured some available keywords like c caps, c smaller, like case sensitive, something like that, right? We have given defined accordingly, right? So that's why it has taken accordingly. Whatever the possible match we have defined in slot types, it will effectively take it, intelligently takes it. Okay, perfect, great, Rajesh, thanks for choosing cloud. Which cloud are you looking for? So now I understand there are three different cloud providers in Tamil Bhumi Technologies. Okay, now I'm not going to give AWS with caps, I'm going to give AWS, right? Now, sure, Rajesh, noted, noted. For AWS training, so how I got this AWS, I got from the variable called, you know cloud type, right? So this cloud type, right? Cloud type for sure, Rajesh, noted for cloud type. Fantastic. All right, so for AWS training, on which day would you like to prefer to get training? Now I'm going to select weekend. Okay, let me give like weekend. Okay, fine. Sure, Rajesh. One more prompt is as given. Thanks for choosing weekends mode. See, I've given only weekend. So how it got weekends? Weekends are nothing but it is the title where we are given, where we have given in the slot type. Let me go and show you. So we have given weekend, but it took like weekends, right? So how it took like, very simple. Go here, batch mode. Whatever the value given here in the left side, it will take it, simple. Okay, that's why we have got this variable called, I mean value called weekends. Now it is asking one more question, what time would you like to have the training preferred? Okay, now right, batch time would be a time, so please ensure that you are giving only in the format of time. Okay, now let me not type in time. Okay, let's say like I know that I'm going to type only 8 p.m. or 5 p.m. or something like as like time. I'm not going to like, okay, I'm going to like 4, I'm going 4:30. Okay, let me give like this. Let me see what the chatbot is, giving a response. See, it is prompting me again. Okay, prompting me again to give the exact, prompt that it is expecting. Because see, we have selected time, but we are giving as a string in the sense like name, first name, last name, like that. So okay, I will again 8:40. Okay, let me give 8:40. It will prompt you again. Okay, now I will give the correct time. Okay, I am going to, okay, it's too far, right? I'm going to give 6 p.m. Okay, fine. It takes it correctly because 6 p.m. is nothing but it is one of the built-in time configured in Amazon Lex. So 6 p.m. is the right one. Like you can give like, you can, it won't, you can still give 6 also, it will, but still it expects whether it is 6 a.m. or 6 p.m. But still it is a 24-hour format. Even if you can give 18, it will take it as a 6 p.m. Okay, please remember, guys. All right, thank you, Rajesh, for selecting all the details for the AWS training. At which city would you like to have the training? As I said, city, This is nothing but the title, right? This title can be anything that you can give. And then under that, you have various options. Okay. Being me residing in Chennai, I'm going to, opt my training in Chennai. That's it. Thank you, Rajesh, for contacting Tamil Boomi Technologies. You have selected cloud. I might have given cloud training. Okay, my bad. With AWS provider, AWS service provider, maybe I can give you on weekends mode at 6 in Chennai. See, you have given 6 p.m. Now it just simply converts into 24-hour format. As I said, 18 in Chennai city. That's it. What I'm going to do, I want to acknowledge, right? And just simply giving okay. So now how this prompt is put, it's just a closing response, guys. Whatever I've given, right? So it is a closing response. So thank you, Rajesh, for contacting Tamil Boomi Technologies. That's what we have given here, right? Our AWS trainer will reach you soon for further information. Okay. I'm just simply no. Okay. 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 I'll give you like sure. Okay. Now after this prompt, right, even you type anything, right, the conversation is completed. You give like thanks or you give like excellent or anything, right, you will get like sure. Once you hit back the sure, right, you will get this. So remember that this is nothing but where we have seen it is in the fallback intent. Okay. Now let me, let me okay, as a user is asking one good suggestion, right, let me again, I will, okay, let me test the bot with, some options which is out of box. Okay, I will give the same name, Rajesh. Okay. Okay. Now I will test you, test the chatbot negatively. Okay, I'm not going to choose either Java, Cloud, or Python. I'm going to choose Scala. Okay, again ask you a question. Okay, I'm again going to tell the chatbot to Scala. No, I'm not going to leave chatbot. I'm going to still go and say yes, I want Scala, I don't want Java or Cloud or Python. Still, it asks me again and again. It keeps irritating. Yes, no problem. I still go and say simple. The moment it completes 5 iterations, it just simply prompt you with a decent, prompt saying that thanks for the interest shown. Sorry, boss. Please select valid options next time. That's it. Okay, simple, guys. So this fallback intent is nothing but as asked correctly, when something, when there is no value is actually feeded in our bot configuration, when there is an expectation out of boundary by the user, this prompt will be prompted. So fallback intent, you can give anything as you guys. Okay, so this fallback intent, okay, so fallback intent you can give anything. So this message is, it's not the format, guys. Okay, so you can give anything as you wish. Please remember and understand that when something goes out of boundary, you are going to prompt this message to the user saying that sorry, boss, this information is not available in chatbot. Please come for the next time. That's it. So all these things, even if you want to do an inspect, you can still do. Even if you want to copy, so this in turn, once the chatbot completes all the request, right, it gives back all the response, right. All these response you can just simply copy it and you can just put it in the everything. So for each and every request you put, let's say hi, this is a session ID and what is a bot ID and ls ID, everything you can do. All right. So if you go here, I have typed the second one, right? You can take the next thing. So I have selected a couple of things, right? So I have selected Rajesh and everything, right? So I, what are all the things that we have interacted as a conversation in Amazon Lex? It just simply gives you. Okay, simple, guys. So simple to use, so simple to build, less configuration, no code to do. I won't say no code, it is less code. When you want to do some decent validations or complex scenarios to handle, you still want to write a lambda function. That is nothing but you want to write even in Python or .NET or Java, anything that you do. All right. So this complex and all, like, it's a secondary. We don't want to go further deep. As this session is simple to understand how chatbot to be created using Amazon Lex. All right. Any doubts, guys? Hope that question answers, gentlemen. The one you asked for, that, the answer. I mean, the question for something goes out of the boundary.
Thanks, Rajesh. It's very helpful to understand the chatbot in Amazon Alex. Okay. I have
Excellent.
a question like the why did LLM how we call through Amazon Alex? Amazon Alex.
No, as
How will
of
we
now, yes, very, very good question. But as of now, Amazon Lex is a very, very new product which is coming in Amazon service. As of now, see, if you see this generative AI, as I said, right, in version 2, very recently,
Mm.
close to only 15-20 days before only they have started integrated the generative AI. But that LLM, as you asked, right? Definitely they will do, but not nearby. I mean, when I say not nearby, not close to 1 or 2 weeks. They may have some plans. They may add some configurations, as you asked, like LLM. Even I come to understand that even you can even integrate Chat GPT in this Amazon Lex as well. As like Chat GPT, Amazon will not integrate Chat GPT here. As similar to Chat GPT, see, this generative utterance is also is a kind of Chat GPT. Similarly, LLM model also will get integrated, but now at the moment it's no, there is no provision to have it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then, so do we have any LLM models in Amazon itself? Anything they have separately they have owned that any LLM model for that text generation or something?
Yes, we have some couple of options, right? Like transcribe and extract, right? There is some beautiful service where it will use that, text recognition, where you can
Okay,
do
so
like text to
so we can't use
speech.
those as well in that chatbot. I mean, and the Amazon
Yes,
Lex.
we can't. At the moment, there is no integration with that and this.
Okay,
Yes, only Lex, and there is one
fine.
new
Thank
new service called Bedrock. So Lex and Bedrock only keeps integrating. Nothing beyond this because it's a very recently launched product.
you. Okay,
They may
okay.
have
Guess I
plans,
just
but
wanted to
not
know.
nearby. Okay,
Okay, I just
okay,
wanted to know
got
the
it.
how they are going to train that LLM model in Amazon services itself, because in
Yes,
our own data. That's what we're expecting. But since you
yes.
said like no integrated it, so I think we
Yes, at
can't
the
do that.
moment, no. Yes, we are expecting very shortly, but now we have this provision to integrate Lex and Bedrock. Yeah, it's a beautiful
Okay,
question.
thank you.
Even I'm eagerly waiting for that.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thanks.
Great,
Is this
great.
free service or it's a paid one? Whatever you are
It's a free
showing, right?
service. Free service. If you have a free tier account in your local machine, as I did like this, right? You can still go ahead and you can start creating your own chatbots and integrate. Simple. So it's an unlimited one. There is no the restriction like this many. Yes, but still, for free tier they are expecting only like 10,000 requests only, like to limit, have to have the limit. Beyond it goes 10,000 requests, Amazon will still go and charge it. I hope that there is no 10,000 requests I have given, but still it's a free product. You can still go ahead and then you can play accordingly. So whatever I'm just doing is
10,000
it's
request.
completely a free tier.
Okay,
Hmm.
10,000 means it's a monthly basis or it's a
Yearly.
lifelong.
Yearly. So free tier will
Yeah.
comes with 12-month free period. Yeah.
Mm.
Any service, not only Lex, even you take EMR, it gives you free till 12 months. Even if 12 months beyond also it goes, you will be charged.
Okay.
So they are basically giving only to you for a period of 12 months. That's what.
Okay. So
Great.
before, right, one person was asking the same question, right? Even I also had the mind because of
Hmm.
currently, right? So whatever that chatbot you have given, this is a very nice one, right? Very easily we can go and configure it, right? Tomorrow, anyone want to change it, so we can give that business to you go and configure it, then automatically it will reflect, right? It's very easy one. But thing is,
Yes. Hmm.
organization level document is there. Okay, it's not in a public one; it's organization level, right? That scenario we need to feed to the LLM, right?
Yes.
Generative answering some LLM, right? So we need to feed from there. We need to get the answers, right? So if you are showcasing that also, it's well and good in future.
Definitely. I have it, keep it in mind. Once the moment it keeps integrate with, as you said, LLM model, right? Definitely, definitely it should happen in Amazon, because without that, right, as you said, the complaints will not be, in such an effective way. So they want to definitely integrate LLM, and they want to give us an effective way to use it accordingly. See, so far they have given us just to simple chatbot creation, but going down the lane, definitely they when we think about organization perspective, yes, we want to have such models in place, but definitely they are in plan. Definitely we are expecting things to happen. I will definitely take the second session for that shortly.
Thank you.
Perfect, perfect. Thanks for asking that. It's a very effective question.
Hello, hi
Yep.
Rajesh.
Hi. Yeah.
Yeah, like how to expose this chatbot on my page or outer world.
Yes, I will tell you one thing. So as of now, right? So maybe I'll tell you. See, there are like couple of good messaging and channel integrations are being there, but not to very maximum. Let's say, like if you see here at the left side of the Explorer, channel integrations, right? So you can still go ahead and add the channel to deploy your application in the sense the chatbot. So far, as I said, very recently launched, they have only three different options: Facebook, FB, Slack, and Twilio SMS. So these are some of the messenger platforms where you can, you know, the moment you test your chatbot, right, you can just simply deploy your code there and start working as like similarly like we see in this here, right? IRCTS and LIC. But still, even if you want to go out of these three, right, you can still go ahead and do. How you can do? There is something called, I will tell you, communicate. Okay, this is also I would like to tell you, very effective one. So this communicate, what it will do, there is a provision. So if you see here, right, there is an AWS, this is nothing but Lex, Amazon Lex, where we have seen. So if you have any chatbot created with Lex, this communicate, right? So actually this is actually a free 30-day trial pack. You may need to have a valid communicate account, not a Gmail or not a Yahoo or any account, personal account. We need to have an organization account configured, set up. Once you have all these things in place, right, you can have this chatbot, whatever you are tested in this Lex, to deploy it in this communicate. Okay, for 30 days it is absolutely free. Beyond it goes, there is a pricing. So communicate, they are just simply a kind of third party vendor. Okay, they, what they do, they simply get the API from Amazon, that is Lex. They connect it, they give some beautiful options, they have some inbuilt installation scripts. So what you can do, the moment you integrate Lex, and your there is a beautiful widget they will give. Okay, as like this, you see here, right, there is a beautiful widget as like we see here, right, in this right side, the chatbot. So they will give. And once you have all these things in place, what you can do, you can, there is an installation script will be given by this communicate. You just want to deploy that installation script in your website. Let's say you have your own website, let's say like Microsoft. Okay, in Microsoft you want to have this chatbot, whatever you have completed, right? So you want to have all these installation set up in that Microsoft software, sorry, website, and you want to do all these things. But at the moment there is no open source, but still you can do for 30-day, but beyond that it is priced. See, it's just like it's always business tactics, right? So they, even Amazon also, beyond it goes 12 months, you still be chargeable. So they give something free, and then they will attract you, and then they will charge you, like that only. So as you asked rightly, this is one platform where you can integrate with your Lex, and you can deploy your code. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you, Rajesh. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. All right. So thanks for making this session very very interesting and interactive. Always like two-way communication is very very good and challenging both ways.
Definitely, Rajesh.
Hi, Rajesh. I found out.
Hi. Yeah.
Uh, I, I, yeah, I haven't seen any one of Telegram group. Just I ping that
Mhm.
group. They are automatically the boot is in saying for the welcome. So welcome. Some person name who is a ping. That is
Yes.
chatbot using for AI or what is the Telegram for inbuilt having the free chatbot.
Yes. If you see here, answer lies in this page itself. If you see here, right, WhatsApp for business, they also
Okay.
try to integrate with communicate only, as like this WhatsApp for business. Any messaging apps, not only Facebook, anything like as you rightly asked, Telegram, right, they have their option.
Okay.
Any
Okay.
as of now, at the moment, anybody who is having in your messenger having your answers coming automated, right, they simply go to communicate and get that. Why they have displayed this WhatsApp or businesses? WhatsApp is very very popular for messenger, right? So that's why even they can showcase Telegram also, but comparatively WhatsApp is they can just gain more business. When they, we will be very very astonished, like when they, oh yes, WhatsApp or business is still there, yes, let's go to communicate and get the business from them, like that. That's what. Yes, answer to you, communicate is the one that is helping. Many people are using it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Perfect, thank you. So I think yeah, so
Yeah,
we
Rajesh.
almost done. Yeah, thanks
Yeah.
Armugam. So hope this
Thanks a
session
lot,
went interactive.
Rajesh. Yeah, definitely. It is really good to see, live how to create the chatbots and how to we, configure everything. And also on top of that, you said it's a free service. So that is, cherry on top. So really great thing.
Absolutely.
We can, everybody can try it out and then they can start using it. It will be really helpful for, small business like us and then, many people, many vendors, everybody around it. So really great one.
Great. Nice to hear, Mukund. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Rajesh. Thanks everybody for staying in the session and understanding. Hope you had a informative session. So further session will be updating on this series also. Thank you. Thanks everyone.
Thanks, Harmanji.
So if anybody want to share your feedback, feel free to share. Talk a few words about the session right now so that it will be encouraging for us to go if you learn anything.
Yeah, thank you, G.
Anybody?
We will look for future also same like that in that live section of other practical sections. So
Super.
coming weekends.
Definitely, Venkatesh. Thank you. Thanks
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, guys, for your active participation. Very appreciate. Yep. Thanks, Arumugam. Thanks, G.
Thanks.